this is a OS built entirely on on the web stack, and so the engine that powers this is the same engine we have in the Firefox desktop, and the same engine we have in Firefox for Android. And so everything you see here is web technology. It's all HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Every transition is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Every special effect, every interaction. But otherwise, it's a fully featured smartphone. You have email app, you have calendar. We also have a really slow connection here, so yeah, it's coming up. It's not too bad. So one thing that's actually we tried to do is make it really easy for developers to build and distribute apps and integrate things together, the APIs together. So, for example, one thing we've done is that we have a Facebook app, right, which everybody has, of course. But what's interesting, we've also actually integrated the ability. Oh, this one's not logged in. Sorry, I'll log in later. To integrate contacts. So if you look in every demo phone has icons in different places. So we have ability to import contacts from Facebook as well. So for example, if I look at this one, this is probably not the real picture, by the way. You have the ability to post messages or do a wall post directly to that user from your contacts. So if you use Facebook a lot, that's actually a really nice feature. You have Twitter applications. One thing that's interesting about this system is that a lot of the criticisms about web applications is that they have to load off the web every time and they're slow. So we actually the developer actually has the ability to distribute apps in different ways, right? So they can go through a marketplace. They can also, other companies can set up their own marketplaces, or developers can distribute apps directly from their websites. And then also how you distribute it can also vary. So for example, you can have an application that is entirely a website, right? And every time you click on it, it just opens up an icon and goes to our website. That developer can also choose to implement what's called an app cache. An app cache is an HTML5 technology that lets the developer save a copy of their app and all the content to the local device. So next time it starts up quickly. It doesn't have to go back to the web to download all the app all over again. The third one is actually make a package app. A package app lets the developer put everything into a package and distribute it basically in a zip file. And that, if you have a large application, is very good because if you install it, it'll be fast and everything will be local and the user can use it very quickly. This app, for example, has an offline mode where it actually lets you download the entire database of places to go see and do things. And then, now that it's downloaded, you can view it offline and it doesn't require any sort of network connection to work. Sorry, hit the wrong button. So you can do search for bars nearby. Oh, it didn't save it. Oh, there it goes. And otherwise, like any social app, you have all the map integration that you could possibly want. Another app that's built in is actually a pretty good mapping application from Nokia. It's very fast, actually. It's all web technology, so it doesn't have to be native. It doesn't need location right now. So you can see you can scroll, you can zoom quickly. And this is a relatively low-end hardware, too. This is 250. I know it's about 256 megs of RAM, and then I think 800 or 1 gigahertz processor or something. So it's not high-end hardware at all. It's very simple. You still have really good performance. You can do a satellite view, of course, and zoom in and out. Another thing we have unique is there's really a unique application discovery mode, where here it's basically a directory of web applications. These aren't our marketplace. These aren't apps that were submitted to our marketplace. This is a system where we've actually gone and collected applications that are available online already. So, if, for example, if you're going to go check out a U2 concert, you might want to see what's playing or what some interesting U2 apps are. And then say, oh, okay, well, let me try Groove Shark. That looks kind of interesting. And then this is actually getting this right off the web dynamically for the first time. And you can load it and you can play with it. Searching for U2, and you get a bunch of U2 stuff. You have tracks, information. You can play music if you want. If you decide you really like this app, you can say, well, this is a really great app. I actually want to add it to my home screen. Sorry. And I ask, do you want to add it to your home screen? If you say yes, it'll just put it on the home screen, and then it'll be like any other application. Another thing that's powerful is that the markets that we are targeting initially are very data sensitive, very cost sensitive. So we've built in right into the phone the ability to track your usage. So you have a summary of the usage since you started tracking. If you click through, what you get is actually a chart that shows you your usage with 3G and Wi-Fi for whatever period of time you set up. You can also set up usage alerts. So for example, if you have a 1 gigabyte data plan, you can say, well, alert me when I'm about to hit 1 gigabyte. And then you can make whatever choices. You can add more to your account, or you can, just stop using it for a while. So there's a bunch of applications. I can answer any of the questions you might have, or demo any other things. There's also actually, speaking of performance, we have a pretty fun little game here that I'm really bad at playing. So I will now embarrass myself on camera yet again. So this is an example of an app cache app where it actually gets it from the web and then it saves a copy of it. Like I said.
You're pretty good.
No, pretty bad. I think any 5-year-old can play this game better than I can. Game over. But you can see it's a very simple but very performant application. There's no lag, there's no sort of jerkiness. It's very smooth and very responsive. And if you're good at this game, you can do a much better demo.